Who was Helen Doris Longstreet?
She was a crusader. I think that's just the way she was.
She was intelligent, she was knowledgeable.
Helen Doris Longstreet is just the personification of a Renaissance lady.
She was a crusader for her husband, to repair his damaged reputation. She was a crusader for the gorge, and then she became a crusader for women's suffrage and civil rights.
She was called the Fighting Lady.
She was born in 1863 in Carnesville, Georgia.
She would be one of the very first ladies to ever earn a college degree in Georgia at what is now Brenau University in the 1880s in Gainesville. And she would go on to further her education at Notre Dame College in Baltimore.
She had been influenced by her father, who was an editor and a lawyer. She was his only child.
She had already done so much with her young life long before she led this major environmentalist effort to save Tallulah Falls. My goodness, at age 15, she was already working as a reporter for her father's newspaper in Cartersville, Georgia.
She took on the rights of women. She wanted to serve as a librarian, but women were not allowed to have salaried positions. So she wrote the Dorsch Bill that the legislature passed that approved that women could be hired in state government with a salary.
When she was 36, she married General James Longstreet, who had been Lee's second in command during the Civil War. He was 78 at the time.
The period of time that she was associated with as the wife of General James Longstreet, that was where she took a break from her career as a journalist, as an editor of a newspaper, and she totally dedicated herself to reviving Longstreet's reputation.
When she got through with this crusade of hers, she turned her attention to the environment. And I suppose that might make her one of the early environmentalists in the country. And what particularly grabbed her attention was the desire to build a dam on the Tallulah River on the edge of Tallulah Gorge.
She became really alarmed when the Georgia Power Company took over that area and planned to build a dam there. And she was really concerned that the construction of a dam near Tallulah Falls could destroy what many people regarded as the Niagara Falls of Dixie.
She feared, and rightly so, that a dam would reduce the flow of water through the gorge to a mere trickle. What she did was virtually unheard of.
She took it upon herself, now that she was freed up from no longer being the postmistress of Gainesville, she took it upon herself to lead this crusade to save Tallulah Falls.
She felt that the tourism was very economically beneficial. I mean, people were coming from everywhere to Tallulah Falls. It was hopeless that she would win that battle because, of course, the electric power, the dams, Georgia Power was going to do this.
And this was quite a brave undertaking because Georgia Power in the early 19 teens, as today, was a major corporation with enormous political clout. And she was not a wealthy lady by any stretch of the imagination. And she used her entire salary. She put up her house and her own jewelry as collateral to get a bank loan, to personally finance the legal effort to take Georgia Power to court. And she did just that.
A group was formed of local citizens to try to halt construction, but nothing was done until Helen Dortch Longstreet joined the group. She tried to force the governor of Georgia at the time to conduct a survey to determine who actually owned the land in the gorge. And it was found that that land was never part of the original survey of Rabun County. However, they couldn't determine the ownership, who actually owned that land. She said basically, the utility company does not own the land in the gorge. Consequently, they have no right to alter the flow of water through the gorge, and she took them to court on that.
She asked questions and she found out why things were happening. I would really like to know what was in those missing papers from Tallulah Falls conservation movement. I really, really like to know what was discounted, you know?
When her case against Georgia Power got appealed to the Georgia State Supreme Court, she lost. And when she lost this fight, she lost virtually everything she had financially. In the early 1990s, Georgia Power, to its credit, donated 2,000 or 3,000 acres around Tallulah Falls to what would become the Tallulah Falls State Park in 1993. And the trail system would, a few years later, be named the Helen Dortch Longstreet Trails. So Helen did ultimately prevail.
She was selfless. She really did give everything that she had, including her own physical and mental, state. She gave it all because she believed so strongly that Tallulah River Gorge should not be dammed up.
Helen just didn't take no for an answer.
Well, she fought. She fought for her husband. She fought to save the gorge. She fought for women's suffrage. She fought for civil rights. She tried to become governor through a write-in campaign. She was one of those people that was a fighter, pretty remarkable person, particularly considering when this all happened. Like I said, this was a man's world back then.
With her charisma, with her passion, with her fire in the belly motivation, and just her tenacity, she is a role model, I believe, for all of us. She's a truly great American heroine.